Welcome, everyone. This is the first full moon of 2026. Welcome.
Thank you. And welcome to all of you as well.
Yeah.
What a year this is already gearing up to be. Good. And this full moon, the full moon itself is always, okay, here we go. We've put something out there, and now here we get to peek at it and see, well, how's that percolating? And percolate it will, I tell you. We've got a huge two friends who are up in the face of two other friends. And we don't know who's going to win. Okay? Because the sun is on one side and it's got Mars, the warrior, right beside it saying, well, we're the biggest and the best and we're the baddest. But then you have the moon and the planet of good fortune on the other side. So the moon is saying, yeah, I might just be a woman, but I've got big stuff with me. I got the planet of all the good. So all you got is action. I've got good fortune. So the emotional side of things right now is gearing up to spit in the face of the bullies. Okay? And we've got big time bullies at the moment. They're gearing up to do their thing. And the two are across from each other and standing just behind them saying, well, if you need me, I'm here. It's Uranus, the planet of all the weird stuff. Now, see, when you got a friend like Uranus and you say, well, come help me with this fight, he brings all kinds of weird stuff. It's not going to come show up with guns and bombs and all of that. No, he shows up with makeup and coffee. He says, I'll come fix it. With what? Okay. Just what's that supposed to do? So that's the kind of thing we have in the heavens right now. We've got four of the really biggest powerhouses, but they've geared up against each other, 2 and 2. So you have the emotional soft rendering, the moon does things through the manipulating emotions and how you feel and getting all that intense feeling to do the magic. And it has the planet of the magic wand to say, hey, here's some good stuff. So those two on one side, and then the sun, who's all about ego, and, that's the big force, has snatched the warrior, the ultimate male symbol of the warrior, the knife, in case you're a surgeon. But those two bullies are geared up against the moon in good fortune. And the two bullies happen to have Venus and Mercury standing in their back, talking about, we'll jump in and join you. So I hate to say it, but gear up, because there are a lot of conflicts. A lot. That's those that are across from each other, and then they've got conflicts going on the sidelines too. So gear up, because what you believe to be your way of thinking, your philosophy about things, is going to be called into question. You're going to have to defend why you think the way you think, in order to move forward. This is about, it's not even so much get your ducks in a row as go talk to your ducks and find out what the heck they're saying before you turn them loose. Okay? You need all the help you can get, but you better know who you're bringing into your fight. It's that kind of thing. So you've got the confusion also of, we always talk about the full moon is, going to show you how effective it was, what you put in place. That's great. But this time, hi, Carol.
Hello.
The full moon is this is the beginning of the year. This is the beginning of when we set up how we see the whole year. So it's not just to show you the results of what we last put in motion during the month. That was a regular monthly thing, even though it was the last one, But this is the beginning of your whole year. So all this stuff I'm talking about with the emotions and the bullies and so forth against each other, this is where you've got to sit up and say, what do I want for the whole year? And once you have some idea of what kind of goals you have, then you can decide how many bite-sized pieces to cut that into. You know, where do I begin? What's the jeopardy? What if I'm not successful? Then what can I fall back on? This is where you figure it out, because this month, especially in the first week, it sets up the whole year. That requires a little bit of thought, you know.
And that's why people do New Year's resolutions.
Yes.
Start going to the gym, maybe last a month, maybe a week. And it's so funny how you worded that, because our meditation today is going to be very similar to that.
Oh, good.
I gave Audrey a little heads up about what it's going to be. So it's about setting up 2026. So yeah, it's everything you just said. I cannot believe we are doing it again.
We do, don't we?
We are doing it again. Yeah, it's crazy.
I think the part that people miss about resolutions is that it's related to the word resolve.
Yes.
And resolve is a couple different meanings, but it is linked to both of those.
You're right. That's the whole basis of the word and the concept. Hello, Martin.
Hi, Martin.
We got everybody now.
Hey, we're all here. The gang's all here.
Hail, the gang's all here.
Absolutely.
Happy next year.
Yeah. Happy next year. Absolutely. So it's definitely daylight where you are, Martin.
Yep.
Oh,
yep.
Wow.
It's kind of snowing out, so maybe it makes it a little bit lighter out.
Well, it's almost 7 here.
Favorite
It's completely dark outside.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes, it's 10 minutes to 7 here.
Right.
I have a question for everybody. And that question is, before we set off and do our thing, as we contemplate that, my first question is, who is the most wonderful person you've ever met? When you go through all the people you've met in your life this time, who is the most wonderful person that you've met? And you don't have to tell us. You can if you like. I'd love to hear it. But I'm not forcing anybody to speak up. Hold that in your head and figure that out. And then I want you to next think, who was the person that offered you the most crap and lessons because of what you went through, with them? What was who was that and what was that all about? And then, who was the most helpful person you've ever met? Okay, you got those names in front of you? Anybody want to speak up?
I want you all to meet my husband who's joining us. Mine.
Yeah.
Hello.
Lynn is
Welcome.
the person who helped me the most, and Audrey is one who's helped me the most.
Oh, that's nice. Oh. So he put a ring on it. You're not going anywhere. Smart man.
I finally got a divorce.
I know all about that.
Me too.
We can walk.
He's still teaching me.
Yeah.
Well, I can understand that completely. I've been through that a couple of times. We had to cross the country to get it done at one point. So, yeah, I understand.
He's a good man. We're just very, very different people. I'm not used to being around different people. So,
We're not totally different.
Yeah,
When
we're
you
different,
look back
all right.
when you look back on your life and you compare the different involvements that you've had, because after you're not 20 anymore and you kind of move along in life, you look back and you can see a definite pattern to the relationships you had, what you got from them, and sometimes what you got was the knowledge that you don't want to do that again, and so forth. But as you look at who was the most beautiful person you ever met?
He's
Sign are you?
Crazy.
Huh?
Crazy.
Okay, that's the 13th sign then.
There we go.
The Leo.
Oh no, another Leo. Okay, that explains a lot. And what sign are you, Carol?
I think for me, I can't isolate a couple of those. The person who, what was the first one? The person I respected the most, or the person I felt was the most wonderful person?
Yeah, the most wonderful, nicest person you've ever met.
I can't even begin to isolate that because I just feel like there are too many people, and my mind just jumps from one to another. So,
Anybody else?
The person who taught me the most, definitely Sally. And the person who's helped me the most, that's a tie, I think, with Pamela and Kate, both. I think that the most beautiful person, how do you mean that? Physically?
Whatever way you want to define it.
I think I would say Cherie. My friend Cherie is a really beautiful person. And now I'm jumping to other people again. It's very hard for me to pin down a person in almost all of those categories except one.
Right.
So I guess I'm lucky. I guess I'm very fortunate. I don't know.
What did you say?
I think I'm very fortunate because of that.
I mean, Audrey's husband said something.
I said that's a good thing to have all those people.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is. All those options. And what about you, Martin?
The nicest person I ever met was kiddo I worked with in special ed. Just never, ever, was always in pain, but never, ever did anything but smile. And had a good giggle. And he would cry sometimes, but he would not let any noise out. Like he didn't want to make everybody feel bad.
Right.
Really incredible person. Very smart kid. Didn't talk much, but once in a while he'd say what was on his mind, but it was always good stuff, It was never. But yeah, he had every reason to be angry and mean, and there were a lot of kids that.
Right.
But yeah, he wasn't. I was just amazed. Just amazed. Every time you looked at him smiling, always smiling.
Yeah.
Smiling.
And who offered you the most challenges?
That's I've had a lot of those. All co-workers, I guess I could say.
Yeah.
All co-workers.
I think for a lot of people, it's co-workers, that they're pulling from, because they're people that you're around having not necessarily chosen them. Yep. You're confronted by whatever they're presenting in this life, and I think that's significant. Well, the thing I'm alluding to, unless you want to go too, Kate.
Well, I would say the nicest person I would be my daughter, Kathy.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, she's a very special woman. And the person that gave me the most challenges is me.
Oh,
it is
good point.
Yeah. I have created all the challenges to overcome for me. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, you're going in the right direction with what I was going to say, because knowing that we have each, I'm getting Sethian here, knowing that we have each written this reality that you're going through, you set up the circumstances that we're talking about these people appeared in, and in truth, They're you. Every one of them is you.
Yeah, I can agree with troublemakers, yeah. They're definitely all been me.
This is your play, and you're writing it. So you put them in there so that they can illustrate to you those things that you wanted to learn this time.
Yeah.
You see, so because it's like when you've heard me mention this before, when asked how many souls are there in the universe, the answer was one.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can play around with that all you like. But I love the fact that no matter who you think of, who was the bright spot and who was the ugly spot, they're all being written in there by you. Now, it's not to say they don't exist on their own, but who they are has agreed in their play. You're playing a part in theirs, and they have come to be on your stage and read a script in your play as well. We're each helping each other to illustrate something that we want to learn from. And that's what we're each doing here. We're busy learning as fast as we can. Sometimes it's pleasant, and sometimes it's really not.
All right.
True.
Yeah. It's something to think about.
We lost Carol.
Yeah, I noticed.
I think Carol, I was actually surprised. Carol has another event to attend today. And so she popped in. I didn't expect to see her. So, she felt bad and she's like, geez, Kate. And I'm like, no worries. We're good. I said, there's a replay. You can watch it later.
Right.
Yeah, it's all good.
Well, I had just pulled up her chart, by the way.
Oh, mine?
Hers, Carol's.
Oh, hers.
Yeah.
I mean, she's so supportive, and she makes sure that she does what she can to be here for me. So
she's very supportive. Yes,
absolutely.
Right.
Very bright lady.
Oh, she'll definitely have to re-listen to this one. Yeah, well, she's an English teacher, and retired, yes, and science and math too. Like she taught all subjects.
Awesome. Yeah, they can see that. It comes through.
Yeah,
that's great.
Yeah, and she's a big picture thinker. Like she can just think of what everything is going to look like at the end, which again, that is really what this meditation is going to be about. So so what else is happening? I mean, I'll say I don't think Mercury's in retrograde, but
no, it's just acting up.
Communication is very wonky. Like we've had wonky sometimes in a good way, sometimes in a bad way. So for a couple of months now, my camera hasn't worked on this particular computer. And I was trying to set it up, and I'm moving the camera, and I'm like, I'm moving the camera, but it's not changing the position. So the camera on the computer that was broken is now working. I don't know why. I didn't do anything, but it's working. So things have changed for the better. Then when Mickey got on, she had that mirror effect where she was seeing the screen a million times.
Yes, infinity. That was funny.
And I figured it out. So we got that fixed. I see Carol's back again. Carol had weird things happen 2 days ago. I had to sit and figure all that. Her phone called the police at an emergency.
Ooh.
I mean, it was just kind of crazy. And, and so I've been putting out all these little glitchy, weird fires. But here we are, and everything is working. Now, Mickey said for us in the beginning before we started recording that her electricity's been going off. So if in fact we lose Mickey, she, has to do whatever to get it back on again. So that's a possibility that she's been dealing with for a couple of weeks now.
Right.
So there's just like weird things that are disruptive, but they're not really horrible, I guess, you know?
Yeah. It's when you have a lot of small, really tiny things to attend to, you get frazzled. You know, you're going from one little thing to deal with to another, to another, to another. And this is not unfamiliar. This time of year is like this for me every year. Because this is when all the planets are hitting all my planets. Because I'm all in one spot in the chart, you know. It's interesting. It's interesting.
But here we are in a new beginning of everything. So
yes.
And I had said to Audrey earlier that in the meditation, you know, scientists are now saying if like a athlete can't physically do whatever he's supposed to be doing, whether it be a basketball player or an ice skater or whatever, and they can't physically do the exercises, to imagine that they're doing them actually gives their body the same influence as actually doing it. Their muscles feel it. So this, and always we believe that thought always comes before physical reality. So in the meditation today, it's going to be exactly that. It's going to be imagining what you want 2026 to be about. And then walking through the end result and how you want it to be. So our thoughts are going to be creating that physical reality for what's coming up.
For the near future, yes. That's
positive,
great.
Positive. You know, whatever you want to see happen.
That's exactly like what I was saying. So yeah, they do go together.
They absolutely, and we did it again. And you know, I don't know that people believe us or not, but we do not talk about this before we get on.
We find out once we are face to face.
I mean, I can tell you. Here's all my little notes. I wrote notes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know Mickey has like a little pile of notes.
I definitely do.
Yep. Okay, it's a big pile of notes.
Yes, that's for me to sit here and put in as documents. Each page, each one of those pieces of paper is a different document.
Now, Mickey and I talked yesterday about how, you know, we don't time these either. We don't. And it turns out no matter what we're talking about, no matter what we're doing, the whole thing usually ends up to be about an hour and a half. And meditation usually ends up to be about 20 minutes. And it's not planned. So she says it's channeled. And I agree with her completely. The meditations become channeled, the talk. Yeah.
Yeah, once we start at that 6:30 spot, then it's like I've decided to go into trance at that moment. And for the duration of our broadcast, I'm channeling.
Yep. I love it. So
after assuring you I would not ever do it again.
That was a long time ago. That was like 4.5, almost 5 years ago.
Yes.
And I remember saying, "Are you sure that's not what you're doing?" Yeah.
I didn't want to hear it, but it's true.
And walking into probable selves. So that has been a thing for you. That's been.
Yeah, I had only done that once before. Yeah. I never expected it to happen again.
Yeah. And, you know, here we are when we do our quantum jumping, quite often we're meeting our doppelgangers. You know, today's going to be more of a like watching a movie or walking through a movie set, you know, that you have created, that you have set in place, right? Mickey, you tell me this all the time. You set the stage, you wrote the play, you're the director, you're the actor, right?
That's true.
You're all of it. Yeah.
And the critic.
Well, maybe we won't be so critical. I love it. I love it.
Well, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, and there's so much to look forward to this year. So, whether you want to change your health, your sleeping patterns, your surroundings, maybe you want to move to another location, you want to travel more, you want to meet another significant other. This is not for you, Audrey, that part. Just for the rest of us.
You're ahead of us.
That's right. That's right. So whatever you can imagine, that's what this is going to be about. And whatever anybody wants, it's going to be your choice. I'm not going to talk you through anything. I'm just going to get you there.
That's good.
Yeah. So I want to try today, a little different. And this is a Bert Goldman technique that takes you deeper and deeper. And I want to say I must be doing this just for Dano. Right?
Thank you.
Excellent.
First time.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. And I kept getting this morning, you need to do this, you need to do this. And I've never actually done it. I've experienced it through Bert Goldman, but I've never done it myself. So it'll be very interesting that, how this comes out. So I'm looking forward to some feedback.
That sounds very, very inviting.
All right. Well, here, if we start now, boy, oh boy, I said we are always like an hour and a half, and we're only half an hour in. So,
for whatever reason, maybe we're going to have a big discussion after. I don't know.
Well, that's who knows? Who knows? But if everybody is ready, I will ask you to mute yourselves. So I just want everybody to get in a very comfortable position, either laying back or, it'd be nice if your head was supported. I saw Dano was sitting in a recliner, so that is good. So just be very, very comfortable. Let's take a nice deep breath in through our nose and out through our mouth. Each time we do this, we become a little bit more relaxed. Another deep breath in and out. Go ahead and close your eyes and just turn yourself over to the sound of my voice. We're going to start by relaxing the body. So as I mention a part of the body, just focus on it and then let any tensions that might be there just melt down through your body and out the soles of your feet. And the earth will just absorb all this. So let's start at the scalp. Your forehead. Your cheeks. Your jaw. Part your teeth slightly, allowing the jaw to relax a little more. Your neck. Your shoulders. Allow them and your shoulder blades to just melt down. Your arms, your fingers, your chest. Notice your chest rise with each in-breath and fall with each exhale. Relaxes you more and more. Your back and your belly. If you find that you're holding your belly in, just let it relax. Any tension being held anywhere in the body is just flowing down and out the soles of your feet. Focus on your hips, your buttocks. Relax. Your thighs, your knees, your your calves and shins. Relax your ankles, your feet, even your toes. Now that our body is fully relaxed, we are going to take our traditional 3 to 1 count. All right, so on each inhale, I want you to inhale deeply, and on the exhale, you are going to imagine seeing the number 3 times and saying it softly to yourself. And you can repeat it along with me. So inhale, 3, 3, 3. Inhale again, 2, 2, 2. And again, 1, 1, 1. And now I am going to count to 3. And on the count of 3, you are going to open your eyes and be wide awake. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Eyes open, wide awake. And now close your eyes, and we're going to do the 3 to 1 count again. 3, 3, 2, 2, 2. 1, 1, 1. On the count of 3, your eyes are going to be open again. 1, 2, 3. Eyes wide open, wide awake. Close those eyes. And again, inhale. 3, 3, 3. 2, 2, 2. 1, 1, 1. Beautiful. We are now in a way deeper state of mind than we were even before. Now I would like for you to start to use your imagination and see that there are 10 steps going down into your heart space, into our meditation room. And I'm going to count you down from 10 to 1, with each step going deeper and deeper within. So we're standing on step 10. And there is a smooth wooden rail that we can hold on to as we go down. 9, 8, 7, deeper and deeper. 6, 5, 4, deeper and deeper. 3, 2, and 1. We are now standing in our meditation room. Now we have our quantum door, which we are going to use in a little bit. But first, when we imagine doing an activity, it is as though we are physically doing it. Thought always comes before physical reality. So we are going to imagine all that we would like to experience in 2026. And I would like for each one of you to set that intention for what you want 2026 to be like. And I am going to count to 3, and on the count of 3, the quantum door is going to open. And it's going to open to 2026. And you're going to be able to navigate through your intention of what you want 2026 to be like. So have that in mind of what you want. You will have plenty of time while you're in the quantum world. Ready? 1, 2, the door is starting to open. And 3, the door is open. Now you can cross the threshold into 2026 exactly the way you want it to be. Now, while we are still in the quantum world, I would like for you to move forward in time to December 31st, 2026. This is a time to review and reflect and to have gratitude for all the good health, family, friends, love, abundance, adventures, experiences that you have had in 2026. It is a perfect year. And I'm going to give you a few moments to just reflect on those exact experiences that you are manifesting. When you are ready, find your way back to the quantum door and join me in our meditation. Now, as we're all gathering in our rooms, the door is closing behind us, and it's just a temporary close. Know that you can come here anytime you wish. The door is now closing behind you. And when I count to 3, the door will be closed. For now. 1, 2, 3. The door is closed. And we are in our meditation room, just reflecting on the beautiful experience we all just had. It was a shared experience, but it was also very individual, very private. And when we come back to the room that we're actually sitting in, we will remember everything that we need to remember. Okay, so I would like for you to start breathing deep. Moving around a little bit. Feel the chair or the couch that you're sitting on. And I am going to count to 5. When I get to 5, you will be wide awake, feeling wonderful all over. Just like you've had a beautiful nap with a wonderful dream, and you remember everything you need to remember. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Coming up very nicely. Start moving around, wiggling your fingers and toes. Stretch a little bit. 4 and 5. Eyes wide open, feeling wonderful all over. Thank you for joining me on this beautiful quantum jump through 2026.
Wow.
Just waiting for Mr. Martin.
Oh my goodness. How's your husband?
It's good.
Fine.
Hey.
How do you feel?
Feel fine, no different. It was relaxing.
Good. Very nice.
You're not a virgin anymore. Ha 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 ha. You're in the group.
Oh, were you able to imagine your 2026?
Not really. I just kind of I told Audrey, it was like a mantra. What I was looking for, I just repeated those words on my breaths.
Nice.
I did it for both of us. That's okay.
Okay. All right. Imagining what you want to experience is a daydream. Right? Mm-hmm. It's just a daydream that's a little deeper and intentional.
Mm-hmm.
Like
he thinks he has no imagination.
Oh well,
but
he can't see things in his mind.
Audrey, he imagined you into reality for himself.
Right.
See? And our parents, but anyways, that's for another time.
That's right. You were childhood sweethearts, weren't you?
Yeah, we best friend at 3 years old.
Okay.
Not sweet.
Okay.
Oh, that's fantastic.
It's for that. He wants me to show you a picture.
Okay.
Real fast.
How you doing, Mark?
Good.
Oh.
Good. Oh, look at that.
That is very sweet.
Oh, God.
I don't know. You look like sweetheart to me.
No.
That is absolutely wonderful.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so tickled for both of you.
Thank you.
Nice. I kind of goofed a little on the 3-to-1 count.
Well, that part, yeah, I got past it into that third part and I was fine. But that part of going in, coming out, that didn't serve me well.
No, okay.
I got on a roller coaster.
Huh?
I think I was on a roller coaster with that one.
Yeah. Back and forth, in and out. No, that didn't work for me.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah, once we were in there, I was great. And I did manage to make quite a list of things that would be unfolding one after another. And so it'll be interesting to see how that works.
Nice. Very good.
A lot of personal growth.
I like roller coasters, by the way.
Huh?
But I like roller coasters.
Oh, well, see, I don't.
I like them too, the old-fashioned wooden ones.
Mm-hmm. Well, you couldn't pay me enough to get me to get on one.
Me too.
Period.
Hate them.
I can't do it.
Martin, I think me and you are the adventurers here.
Yeah.
Well, I saved my adventures for other areas of endeavor.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I didn't do too badly.
Nope, not at all. So, I mean, what else could we hope for? But good health, good family, good adventures.
Yeah.
No more tax collectors. That's what I was seeing.
Yes, exactly.
That is so funny. Today, my property taxes came in the mail, and I was I was a little leery. I'm like, oh no. And you know what? They only went up a little over $8 from last year.
Oh, now that's good.
That is. So that was the first news I got in 2026 so far that was much better than I anticipated.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
This may sound really woo-woo or weird or whatever, but Scuttlebutt and I'm a big believer in it. They're going to get rid of both the income tax and property tax in all 50 states. I don't know how soon that's going to happen, but
yeah.
And not just in this country, but in a lot of other countries.
I'm hearing glimmerings of that. A lot of people are speaking about it, and I thought, oh, fat chance. But you know what? It could happen.
Yep. There are something like 20 countries in the world that don't tax their citizens at all.
Right.
And have plenty of money for everything. So
forward that list to my travel agent. So if you would be so kind.
Yeah, I don't know how that would work either, but it would be great.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I know, like, Florida doesn't do income tax, but they tax their people some other way to get money.
They've had different versions of that ever since I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And New York just taxes up the wazoo.
Oh, well, yeah. Hey, it's New York, isn't it?
It's going to change.
They have a tax on taxing.
Yeah,
there we go.
But you know what? I'd rather be here than many other states. So,
I'd rather be here than any states.
Well, I have never been to England. I have been, I guess I was in Heathrow Airport, but I never touched the ground.
Right.
So I went from Heathrow to somewhere else, but I've never really been in England.
It's really an interesting difference when you're contemplating what the gist of life in America is, the feeling of it, and then you compare what the little nuances of citizenship over here are, the spirit of the English, quote unquote. And I can see how one thing led into another, and and became what is now America, and how that goes versus what it came from. There's so many similarities, and yet the differences are really glaring.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I could say that before the present administration, but now that we do have the present administration in America, it's even more different for many other reasons. So, I think that whole thing about America versus the rest of the world is an interesting comparison too, because that is suddenly a different thing than it has been. And it'll be interesting to see how that plays out, because it can't stay the way it is, and yet no one has a clue about where it's going.
Mm-hmm.
There was something. So go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, Martin.
If you look up something in the 1930s during the Great Depression, they came up with an idea called the technate of America. Look that up. Google that. That's what I think they're planning.
Say it again.
Technate. It's just like tech, like in technology, and then nate. Technate.
Oh, the technate.
New form of government. A totally different type of government, and it sounds awesome. I mean, they never actually did it, but they seriously considered it, and I think that's what they're planning now. And going to be like 5 of them throughout the world eventually, something like that. So yeah, take a look at that. It sounds fascinating to me.
So interesting, because what I would like to see is, like, there was that astronaut that said, from the space station looking down at the Earth, there are no boundaries. There, it's just Earth, and humans are on Earth.
Right.
I love to be able to see borders go away, and that we're all human, and that we could come and go where we want to be.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that's what we're going to see. I think that's exactly what's coming. Yep. But in a different way from it's ever been tried before.
It would have to be different. Absolutely.
Yeah. Wow.
We are big thinkers, people.
Yeah, we are.
I love it.
That's really intriguing now.
I will look it up for sure, and
yeah, I will.
I'll try to put a link on the recording when I put it up.
That is so interesting.
I wrote it down. I did take notes.
Yeah, I'm writing that down too.
Oh gosh.
Technate.
Yeah.
I've never
heard of it.
And it's like a new word for, instead of a country or a state, you have a heckmate. It's actually a unit that's called a
right.
And yeah, that's a new form of government. Very new form of government is what it will
And they were trying to get us out of the depression with this. Is that they were?
Yeah, that was why they. Okay. That's why they came up with it. It was a solution to the depression, but it never happened. But they did seriously consider it. So I think that's what we got on the roll right now. And if you look at how things are going, it looks like exactly what they're doing. So take a look at it.
I will do that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah, but we certainly do need a change. So.
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah. And it feels like 2026 is going to be a year of big change. I mean, if you listen to Bashar, they're talking about first open contact.
Right.
Yeah. That's about as big a change as you can ask for.
Yeah, and I noticed that they're more and more personal with their requests now. They're asking among all the different fans of Bashar, who is really serious about wanting to establish contact, and let us, when you tell us, then we'll start training you to be ready for it. I understand that one of the considerations is that their vibe is so much more evolved than ours. They're vibrating on a much faster frequency. Mm-hmm. And so therefore, from our density, that will give us, like heart palpitations and so forth. It'll be speeding us up to an extent where we need to get ready for that. You got to do the work to get used to a higher vibe. They're going to lower theirs, and we're going to have to bring ours up in order to meet somewhere in the middle where we can actually communicate. Mm-hmm. And I can understand that, because he said it's like when you feel suddenly afraid from an adrenaline rush, when something pops up and frightens you. He said, you don't get to dictate that you're not going to have that rush. It's a natural bodily thing that happens when you're confronted by a sense of jeopardy. And so he said that the difference in their rate of vibration will feel to us like jeopardy. So therefore we will react, and we're trying to learn not to react to that, because it'll be a false reading. We're not under jeopardy, but the unfamiliarity of that vibration that we're confronted by will make us react, from a fear base. And so we have to learn how to control that. And it's interesting, because they're starting to mention more and more personalized things. Oh, excuse me. I'm very rest broken. But I can't wait to see it play out. 2026 is going to be it is.
It's going to be something, and I'm up for it. I really am. I'm up. I love change.
Well,
very good things are about to happen.
I think so too. Yes, I've heard a lot of psychics come on in the last 48 hours and say, oh my goodness, we're getting ready to get in. We're about to really feel some nice stuff coming down the pike for this year.
Oh, I love it.
That's encouraging.
Very much so, yeah. Yeah.
I'm very positive about the future. Very optimistic.
Nice. Oh, good. I love hearing that from you.
I do too.
No end of the world, no Antichrist, none of that's going to happen.
No.
Right. No, that's not going to happen.
I mean, if we really listen to what Seth had to say, we know that everything continues. We know that by 2075, everything is going to be over. And we're more than halfway there.
Casey says the same thing. And he's referred to this very period that we're living in right now. When he said that. Oh.
Okay.
That's so true. He and Lazarus.
Yep.
Well, I do want to mention that we are going to start a Seth book study. So we're going to be We are going to be starting with the Seth material, which is not a Seth book, it's a Jane book. She wrote it about how Seth came about, and the testing that they went through to make sure that it was legit, and then different topics that Seth brought up, and then we'll move from there to Seth Speaks, and then to Nature of Personal Reality. My goal, and it's not going to be all in 1 year, but my goal is to get through those 3 books again, with a study group. So we're going to, I want to tell you guys, because you guys are my core group. I'm going to start it on Wednesday coming up, 6:30 New York time. So for Martin, is it what, 5:30 for you?
And I'm not working that day, so that's perfect for me.
Oh, wonderful.
Good.
And it's not going to be weekly. That would be too much. So I'm going to try to do it every other week. And it's a very free-flowing, drop in when you can. You guys all know the Seth material, no matter where you pick the book up, you get something from it.
That's right.
Doesn't matter, if you miss them, if you don't miss them, when you come, it'll be the right time for, whether we need your insights or you need our insights or we need Seth's insights. It'll be perfect.
Mm-hmm.
But I want it to be very relaxed. And I've had about 3 people that have expressed interest that aren't our group right here. So hopefully we can bring the Seth material to some more people, open their minds a little bit. And I'm excited about it. But
it's great
so
stuff.
I just put it on Facebook, so it's up there. And I think, let's see, it's going to be, I made a new place for it called, what did I call it? Book study. There it is.
Oh, wow. How unique.
And hopefully we add to our little group or not. It doesn't matter. I so felt the need to do a book study again. That is what started our little group, and I just love all of you.
We love you too.
Includes Anna. Yeah, I love it. And it's no homework. No homework.
Thank God.
We'll read together. So, no homework. We'll just read together as far as we want and then discuss it or keep reading or whatever. And taking turns. I don't want to be like, I don't want to be.
I only know where my Seth Speaks is.
Well,
know where my other dog.
I haven't read either of those in a long time. Seth materials, Seth Speaks, Nature of Personal Reality.
When I moved here, I don't know what I did with them.
And I noticed that the newer printings, they have different pagination in them. So,
right.
So you got the
book right there, a Seth material. And if you buy it,
originally it was just red hardbound, red cloth hardbound.
Yeah. Right. If you buy a used book, it could look very different than this. This is one I bought this from the Seth Center.
Mm-hmm.
I bought the whole.
Because she didn't have her face on the books.
Right. In the beginning.
Yeah.
This is one that Rick Stack published. This one, and Rick Stack is no longer with us. I think he passed in 2025.
Right.
But the company lives on, and you can still get most of the Seth books from there. And I did include the link to the Seth Center in the Facebook stuff, or you can get them all on Amazon. And I don't know that you can get this one. You could probably order it from Barnes and Noble, but Barnes and Noble, everyone I've ever been in always carries Seth Speaks and Nature of Personal Reality, which I think is a huge testament to how important the books are.
I didn't realize that they. Okay.
Yep, they do. They carry them.
Interesting.
Yeah. So we've added that to the lineup for this year. I love it. And we have a lot of stuff coming up. We have 2 classes, one on writing as inspiration, and Carol is one of the writers doing that, and Anine, and it's going to be January 12th, 19th, 26th, and then February 2nd from 7 to 8:30. That one will be recorded if you, and it's a paid class. And then we also have crystals that enhance your knowledge and application with a visiting Lilydale medium, Reverend Dawn Beer, which we've all met. And her class is going to be February 12th, 19th, and the 26th. That will also be recorded. And I love it that we're just adding a lot of free events. This was our first one of the year today. And then Dawn is going to be doing Meeting Your Spirit Guide on January 10th. And the New Moon Journey will be January 16th, and so on and so forth. So, yeah. So look at the schedule. They're all up on Discord. I try to get them on Facebook too.
Well, you're having a lot of problems with Facebook, so.
I am, but I did my first reel, so I read Seth's his I can't even think of the word, his resolutions for Jane and Rob way back. And it just, when I just had the urge to just find it and put it out there. And as soon as I did that, I knew I had to do the book study. I think Seth is like, he's on my shoulder. He's saying, it's time.
Well, I'm hearing the same thing, because I was sitting here and I'm like almost nodding, and Seth was like, look, pay attention, because you haven't read this stuff in over 20 years. You need to see it. Because I didn't really want to go back over it. But I've been prompted to, you're going to do this.
Yeah. Well,
it's been a long time. It's been the mid-'80s, the early 80s since I've read it.
And you read them in the order in which they were written, right?
Yeah, I was waiting for each one to be delivered.
So I read them the opposite way. The first book I read was Nature of Personal Reality. Then I read Seth Speaks. Then I read the Seth Material. So, yeah, it's going to be a little bit different. But, no matter where I open the books up, I get different information than I got the first time I read it, because of course I'm very different now than I was the first time I read it.
I see it all so differently from when I first ran into it. I'm 50 years older, so of course I have a different application.
Right. So I'm excited about, doing this again. Nothing will be recorded, because that would be a copyright infringement for sure. We can do little snippets, but to read the book would be unacceptable. So, it'll be very private, none of it recorded. So
that's good.
I'm excited about it. Yeah. I hope you all can join us some of the time. I don't expect anybody to be here every time. And there's even going to be times that I won't be able to be there. So hopefully somebody shows up and they can pick up a book. Yeah.
That'll be it.
and if you don't have the book, that's fine too, as long as somebody has it and can start.
It's no problem.
So, I mean, I have the book. I know Carol has the book.
Right, I do. So you can always hold it up to the screen and do a screenshot, screen save.
Yeah.
In order to just see the text. Yeah.
Yeah. Or we can do a screen share. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I really don't have the early session stuff. I don't have any of that stuff.
I do have some of that.
Of books, Yeah,
I do have.
You think I've really been working on this? I've got them right in front of me.
But I've had them just sitting for a long time.
Book 1 of the Seth Material. This is the early sessions.
And I have just Carol been able to.
Carol was asking me questions about when Seth came through. And it was December of 1963.
Good Lord in heaven.
And this is so crazy because I just looked this up too. Where the heck is it? I should have bookmarked it. But how Seth came through, because they kept calling him Frank Watts. And
Yeah.
he says, I don't like Frank Watts. And that's exactly what he said. Let's see if I can find it.
I think he said he was a fathead. That's what he called him.
And Frank Watts, he was a real person that lived in Elmira that was at that time. They did. So let's see. He says, gosh, why can't I find it real quick? Oh, it was session 4. It was December 8th, 1963. So he says, I prefer not to be called Frank Watts. That personality was rather colorless.
Oh.
And Rob said, well, what would you prefer to be called? And Seth said, to God, all names are his name. And then Rob said, but we still need some kind of name or title we can use in talking to you. And Seth's answer was, you may call me whatever you choose. I call myself Seth. It fits me, the personality most clearly approximating the whole self I am or am trying to be. Joseph is your whole self, more or less, the image of the sum of your various personalities in the past and the future. So,
yeah, I recall that now.
And this is in the book Seth material that we're going to read, but so it's in both books.
You notice that people look like they should have a certain name.
Yeah.
Look
like their name. I think that's what he's talking about.
Yeah. Well, and look at what he chose. What he said Jane's name was. Jane was not happy with Rupert.
Well, can you imagine that my name is Mary?
Oh my gosh! This is recording. You're letting the cat out of the bag, girl.
Well, can you just picture me with all my stuff?
Mary.
my terrible mouth.
No, not at all.
But named for Mary, Mother of God. Oh, Lord.
Mother Mary.
My grandparents and my parents were ministers. So they just thought that was a lovely thing to lay on me. No wonder I'm not into Christmas.
That's almost like my name.
Oh gosh. Well, I think this is going to be a banner year.
I do too. We've got a lovely bunch of coconuts.
That is a fun way to put it.
I have a different name too. I mean, it's not my legal name, but it's a name I was often called growing up, and I don't know where it really comes from, but Elwood. So if you ever want to call me Elwood, I'll answer to it.
That's really interesting. Wow, I wouldn't have ever thought of that one for you.
Nope.
Mine was Zozo, which is, I don't know if that's a great, there's like some evil spirit Zozo or.
Oh, it sounds Greek.
It does.
Mm.
But because my last name. Yeah, that was.
What's your last name?
Zoha.
Zoha.
Well, it was back then. So, yeah, I was Zozo to everybody.
I see, yeah.
Then on the Ghost Hunters, there was an evil spirit, Zozo, and I'm like, oh.
No.
So that doesn't have anything to do with you.
I know.
You're the positive side of that. That's what that is.
Yeah, you're the positive side.
What does Zoha come from? Is it Greek?
Well, you know what? Czechoslovakian, but it's a Muslim name.
Mm-hmm.
I follow a Czech Bohemian site on Facebook, and everyone's telling me it's a Muslim name.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
So I don't know. Always been a weird thing about the name.
All of those names that start with a Z are so popular in Greece as well.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, they like the name Zoe for women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Growing up, it was weird.
I bet it was.
It was. And they would mispronounce it all the time.
Yeah.
Zoha. I don't know. Zoha. I've been called many things.
Well, that's why I ended up with the nickname, because they were messing up my name and they mispronounced it so much because there was more than just Mary. But anyway, they ruined it. So I ran toward a nickname as soon as I could. So I've been Mickey since the age of 11. So
good name.
Feels more like me.
Yeah. I think Mickey fits you well.
Yeah, I think
most people in my family, they call me Marty, but I never cared for the short form. I like the full form.
Yeah.
So there's always like the full form. Since
And
I was named Marty Robbins, that's why. But Marty Robbins was Martin. That was his real name.
Oh, I was hooked on Marty Robbins. Ooh.
Yeah, that's my mother was friends with him, so that's why she named me that.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. Something and a pink carnation. Gosh, that's from my childhood. Wow. Marty Robbins.
We did it again, folks. It is 2:59, an hour and a half.
There we are. This was nice, though. It's something I needed to do, and I was planning not to. So the universe said, "Oh, yes, you will."
Oh, well, it is such a nice way to start the new year.
Oh, it is. It is. And in magic, the first hour after New Year's is the one in which the whole thing is setting up for that next year. So whatever thoughts you have and project during that first hour are supposed to be very, very, very effective.
Oh gosh, I was sending Reiki to people that needed it.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah. That's nice.
Wonderful. Yeah.
I've been on the receiving end of some of that, and it's been very, very helpful.
Yeah. There's been a few people.
I spent New Year's Eve on YouTube watching all the New Year's celebrations around the world. I've never done that before. That was really fun.
That's what I was doing.
Yeah.
I settled down to finally stay with Don Lemon and his, he was crazy. He was in New Orleans and he got really blasted. So it became a real free-for-all.
Nice. Well, I wish everybody a wonderful new year. I'm so happy that you all were able to set something in motion today, and know that you can go back to those meditations.
Right.
I was just trying to think. It's over 50 that we've done now. I don't even.
Yeah,
I don't know what
the last one was 57 that you posted. Journey.
Don't even know, but we're going on. This will be coming up on 3 years.
Yes.
We'll be starting our third year, I think. I don't know. And, and starting the Seth discussion groups. And there's another girl, she wants to do the book Opening to Channel by Sanaya Roman. So I haven't worked those details out yet, but that's another book study that she wants to do. And I own the book, but I never read it.
No, I haven't ever.
And she is a great supporter of the Seth material.
Interesting.
Yeah. I love it. Love you guys.
Love you too.
Love you too.
We'll see you. We'll see you on Wednesday night at 6:30.
Yes.
All right.
All right. Bye-bye.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye. You too, cuties. What a lovely couple you make. Oh, I love it. That is really, the vibe from you two is awesome.
Well, thank you.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it is.
Thank you, everyone.
All right, bye.
Bye.